Thanks for the follow, Nate. Appreciate it. So you can end up trying to, you know, trying to eliminate it entirely, which is, as I said, it's not an easy thing to do. But by eliminating it entirely, you haven't won the game by eliminating it, but that's a way to kind of say, hey, I did everything I could in this game. I need you to die. Thank you. These spread biomes take over the whole world, potentially, if you give them enough time. And that would be really bad for you, because you're not going to have access to a bunch of materials that you would have otherwise. Because the biomes, not only do they spread, but they kind of take over materials that are out, that are kind of out there. So you might lose access to certain types of materials, certain types of enemies, certain types of fish, and other things like that, because all of a sudden... Excuse me, you're a jerk. Stop that. No. No. Kill that, please. Kill it, please. Kill it with fire. No. No. I need you to kill that. So that's the Mimic. And it wants to eat me really badly. It's trying really hard to eat me. No! No, 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 no. No. Pirates, I need you to kill this. Kill the Mimic. Oh, darn it. No! Urgh. I need to kill that Mimic. I need to. And the fact that I'm not killing it is bothering me. So it's not necessarily that it's hard. Part of it is that I'm bad at this game. That's part of the problem. I'm just not good. Okay, I need 6 Souls of Light. I have to go back down here and get 6 more. So that's part of the problem. It's just I'm just not good at the game. But also, Mimics are fairly hard. Like, they are not easy enemies. I am not really set up for this. I'm kind of fighting outside of my weight class. So that's part of it. The bow that I'm trying to get off of this thing is a really good bow. It's really good for dealing with bosses, which is why I'm putting all this effort in to try to get it. Okay. Let's try not getting caught underwater. How deep do biomes go? That's a really hard question to answer, because it's based on what biome we happen to be talking about. So, depending on... It also depends on how large your world is. Different worlds have different sizes, and the size of the world will decide a lot of things. So, for example, I have a large world that I'm in. So my world goes fairly deep. If you look on the right-hand side, you can see that I am 2,413 feet down right now. But my world goes down further than this. So I'm here. Here's the bottom of the world. And as a comparison, here's the top of the world. So my world goes about 3,000 feet deep. Well, the thing is, the Hollow and the Crimson and the Corruption, they go all the way to the bottom. They're typically spawned in a V-like shape, and they come down in this V shape, and they go from the surface of the world all the way down in that diagonal, which is why if I went too far right on the map, so when I was over here, I started leaving the Hollow because I was off the V at that point. Now keep in mind it is spreading, but they go all the way down. But those are just, you know, those two specific biomes. The Hollow and the Crimson, they are not the only biomes in the game. There's also the Caverns biome, which is what, technically what I would be in if there was no Hollow here. So there's the Caverns biome, is a different biome entirely. There is Hell, which is a different biome. There is the Ocean, which is a different biome. And different biomes decide what resources can spawn there. So, for example, titanium, which I am looking for, can only spawn in the caverns level or lower. It also decides what enemies spawn. So this enchanted sword can only spawn in caverns level Hollow. So that will decide a lot of things. So you know, the biomes are kind of... They all have different requirements. They have different depths. They can do stuff. This is another mimic. Unfortunately, that is not the type of mimic I was looking for. So that was just a standard mimic. I need a hollow mimic. It's not super hard. It's just a lot of effort that I don't really want to go to right now. So what you can do in the game, and what a lot of players do, is they make something they call a Hellevator, which is a large shaft vertically that goes from the surface all the way to the bottom. So if you're trying to stop Hollow from spreading, for example, or Corruption from spreading, you can make a Hellevator to either side. And it's not hard, it just takes a while. And making your Hellevator will really cut it off entirely. So it's not hard, but it does take some time. Now, the further in you are in the game, the faster you're able to dig. So at the very start of the game, you dig very slowly, but later on in the game, you can dig fairly quickly. So the faster you dig, the easier it is to make a Hellevator, and the easier it is to cut off the spread of something like the Hollow or the Crimson. When you first start, it is very hard, but also when you first start, the Hollow doesn't exist, so you don't have to worry about the Hollow spreading. When you first start, really all you have to worry about is the Corruption. And you don't really have to worry about the Corruption too much, because it's kind of a long ways off. It spreads fairly slowly at the start of the game. So you don't really have to worry about that as much. It only really becomes a problem later on in the game. And then once you beat, there's a certain boss that I'm going to have to beat eventually once I've beaten the mechanical bosses, called Plantera. Once you've beaten Plantera, the spread of Corruption and Hollow slows down by half. So there is stuff like that too. Like the spread will slow down. They're definitely hard at the beginning of the game. They are harder after you kill the Wall of Flesh. So it all kind of depends on what point in the game you're at. Well, I mean, to beat the game, even to get to the level that I'm at, the area that I'm at right now in the game, you have to go find them. So yeah, you actually have to go find them. You have to play around in them for a while. But you generally don't want to go until you're ready, because it's just a way to die very fast. 23 Souls of Light. Let's see if we can get 7 more before I either die or go back. Oh, hello. You could totally drop a Nazar anytime you feel like it. Is there a spider biome to my right somewhere? Oh no, there's a hollowed mimic somewhere around here. How do you get the Souls of Light? So Souls of Light just drop from enemies who, die in a hollowed biome, in a caverns level or deeper. So we are in a, we are in a hollowed biome, and we are at least at caverns level, so Souls of Light just drop here. As long as any enemy dies. So that's why I'm kind of wandering around. It, it doesn't look like I have a plan or anything like that, because I don't really need one. I'm just waiting for enemies to spawn. And as enemies spawn, I just kind of kill them. And as I kill them, Souls of Light will spawn. Like that one. Some of these enemies also have items that I need. So, for example, this skeleton archer over here could drop something called a enchanted... I think it's called a enchanted quiver, magical quiver, something like that. Which is an item that's good for archers, and I'm playing an archer today. So, also killing those. It is a random chance. It's a pretty good chance, though. It's like, like a 60% chance or something like that. So it's not bad. I've gotten fairly lucky throughout the majority of this exploration. I've gotten a lot of Souls of Light. I'm just looking for just a couple more, because I need 15 to make a key to fight a hollowed mimic. So even if I get, a couple of them very fast, I do need like 15 to do the thing that I need to do. Okay. So that's why we're just kind of going around in like little loops in here, just because, just looking for enemies to spawn. There's also a lot of lava around at this level. Lava does hurt enemies, so some enemies will just die even when I'm not nearby for them, and I'll get Souls of Light from them. How do I get the wings? There's a lot of different wings in the game. So the wings that I have right now are leaf wings. You can get leaf wings from a NPC called the Witch Doctor, and you just have to have him living in a jungle biome, and you just buy them the wings from him at night for 1 platinum. But there are a lot of different wings in the game. Some wings are better than others. Okay, I think that'll do. Okay. Let's see. I did not find much titanium ore this time. Need to make my chest piece. what's the easiest wings to get? The easiest wings are absolutely the leaf wings. Just because they're available right at the start of hard mode, so they are very early on. All you have to do is have the money, and money is not... It's not easy to get, but it's also not hard to just get money. So yeah, I would definitely say that it's probably the easiest to get grass wings. Okay, we're gonna try going up here and seeing if this is a better place to fight the Mimic from. Best way to avoid Mimics? Well, the problem is they jump around a lot, which is the reason why you see me, like, having a lot of trouble with them. Because they jump around. Just a lot of them. Can you mine them? No, you have to actually kill them. And the problem is, at the very beginning of the game, you don't have some of the tools that I have. So all this information you see on the right-hand side of my screen is information that you get from various drops in the game. So I have an item called the cell phone, which gives me a bunch of information. This is actually not all of it. There's more information available from the cell phone. I just don't have all of it turned on. But this will tell me if there's a Mimic. But early on in the game, you won't know. Now, Mimics only show up in hard mode, I believe. So you're not going to see them at the very start of the game. And run away! And the big problem with these Mimics is that they can jump a lot, as you can see. Like they have hops. And so I just need to be high up, and I need to watch out, because the Mimics do have a pounce that they can do. And the pounce is what gets it that really high jump. Ow. I need my dog to not move while I'm doing this. Got it. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, so I got an unpleasant flying knife. Now, a flying knife is a really good, it's a really good item. It's a really high damage, spell. So this is the flying knife. It's a very high damage spell, but it's not the item I was looking for, unfortunately. Why don't I just chuck some torches? Well, torches don't stick to walls normally. Like, they don't stick to what's called back wall. So these side walls, I can stick torches on. And I can stick torches on the platforms. But there's no back wall in this area. So this right here, this wood right here, this is what's called back wall. And then there's a little bit of back wall right here. So we have some back wall. But this right here is not back wall, so I can't actually stick a torch there. So the enchanted boomerang's fun. It is melee, and I don't really have a melee build right now. Let's go back and get another chest. Now we know we can kill it. Does Backwall do anything? Not really, to be honest with you. Backwall just kind of exists. It's just a thing that's there. The big thing that we care about with Backwall is that you can stick things to it, like torches. And then the other thing about Backwall is that... get rid of a couple things I no longer need. The other thing about Backwall that we care about... No, it doesn't stop enemies. It's just it's a texture. It's just a, you know... It's literally what it sounds like. It is just a back wall. The only thing that Backwall does that we particularly care about is that it tells us sometimes what biome it is. It does, yeah, it does. So the only real thing we care about that Backwall actually does, so the actual, like, thing that Backwall does, is that Backwall can be used to civilize an area. And that just means that an area is a house as opposed to a cave or something like that. So this area, because I have this, this slab back wall, the game knows that this is my house. Just trying to see if I need to do anything with any of the stuff that I have. But, the game knows that this is my house. So because it is aware this is my house, it's not going to spawn enemies inside of my house, which is really useful. You know, I don't have to worry about enemies just showing up inside of my house and attacking me. So, but that's really about all it does. You can use Backwall to define a biome. So certain Backwall types are specifically a biome Backwall. So an ice Backwall is ice biome. And then there are certain biomes for underground that create light biomes. So that is... Yep, no enemies spawn in the house. Oh, hey. That's useful. Can you stop? Okay, hold on. My dog is being active and she's gonna get me killed. She's... Yeah. Hi. She's moving around underneath my arms and it's gonna get me killed. Hey, there's actually unicorn horns down there. That's useful. I will need those as soon as I get this bow. Come on. That's it. Cool, we got it. That is a Daedalus Stormbow. So you'll see that it does 51 damage versus the 61 of my Deadly Ice Bow. So its damage is not quite as good as my Ice Bow is already. What do unicorns do? Kill you really hard. Unicorns do not like you. They are not friendly. They will hurt your face. But we got our Stormbow. So what I need to check out, I need to reforge my Daedalus Stormbow. So these are unicorns. There's a reason that I have them inside of specifically this area, that they can't get out. Because they will try to kill me and everything I love. Do I need wood for holy arrows? I need wooden arrows. Okay. You. I need to buy... Do you not sell? You do. It's your lucky day, old man. I need to buy a lot of wooden arrows. What NPC respawns? Well, all NPCs respawn. All of them. So that's the good news. How they respawn is... Okay, we need more holy arrows. How they respawn is based entirely on their kind of basic unlock status. So most NPCs, if they die, they're just going to respawn, just kind of in general. So, for example, like the Goblin Tinkerer, the mechanic here, the guide, because I unlocked them in general, they'll just respawn forever. So if they die, they just come back. The nurse. However, the demolitionist, he really only seems to respawn if I do the same thing that I originally spawned him with, which is have explosives on my person. So different NPCs have different things to respawn. They will all respawn eventually. Okay, we're gonna stick with that because I don't have... How much money do I have? I mean, I have money. Ah, perfect. I'll take that. How do you spawn useful NPCs? It depends on the NPC. So, all the NPCs have a different way to spawn them. So, for example, the demo guy, you have to hold an explosive in your, you have to have an explosive in your inventory. Doesn't matter which. It can be bombs, grenades, dynamite, doesn't matter which one. But just have an explosive in your inventory. The merchant is have at least 50 silver. The party girl, I think, is like have at least 16, I think she's just have at least 16 NPCs. So different NPCs will actually have a different requirement. Okay. Now that I've gotten... So now that I've gotten that, I still need Souls of Light, though I don't really need them right now. What I'm going to do now is we're going to go and see about getting some more titanium, so now I'm going to go to hell. Before I do that, however... There we go. What does Party Girl do? Throws parties and sells party items. She's not particularly she's not useful. She is just another NPC. So as I said, some NPCs are more or less useful. The wizard you'll just find underground after you start hard mode, and he sells various magical items, including items that help you make more magical items. He sells the crystal ball, which is used to make the endless quiver, which is what I use with the with my ice bow. The quiver with the ice bow makes it so I have unlimited arrows, which is very useful. Party girl, yeah, party girl is just for fun. She doesn't actually do anything useful. So it very much depends on which NPC we're actually talking about. That's not titanium. Titanium in this direction?